What's up, everybody? It's Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, your source for classic gaming goodness. And today we're continuing on with our Mario educational games series for Super Nintendo educational Super Mario Bros. Game. So without any further ado, we're going to get started. I got to enter the cheat code or password function to continue from our playlist from yesterday. Yesterday our video was, we did the Isaac Newton theory of gravity level of this game with the apple, returning the apple to Isaac Newton's time period and saving that part of the time area in history. Because once again, Bowser has stolen artifacts throughout time using his time machine, and Mario is there to save the day by restoring history to its proper places and artifacts and all that. So we're going to go down to continue onward. Oh, it does keep your score. That's cool. That's really cool. So it's like a custom-made password. I guess it's like a completely custom password because I got my score back. That's really cool. I did not expect that at all. That makes me a little happier. So today's video, previously I said we're going to try to do 1 per video. We're going to try to do 2 per video now because the video wasn't as long as I thought it was last time. And I know I'm rambling now, but let's see, how do I select that? I thought it was A. X. Okay, and then you gotta check here to find you press R to bring up your journal. So we go to Orleans 1429. We're learning about Joan of Arc. Sweet. This reminds me of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Let's see, how do we get to the time machine? Is it L? Okay, so wait, I gotta remember the date, because you gotta get the date exactly right. Otherwise, you just get warped back here. So 1429. 1429. All right. And let's hit the number first. I think we can do 2 items in one day. The last one wasn't too hard. The last one might have been an easier one than other ones. It just kind of depends on what it is. But they're all like, they all should be about the same difficulty, just different subjects. I think it was 29. I think it was 29. Okay, and then where was that? I'll recognize it when I see it. It was Orleans. Like New Orleans, but Orleans. How do you want to pronounce that? Orleans or Orleans? New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans. I don't know. Alright, this should be good. Alright, let's go learn about Joan of Arc. If you go really fast here, you can get a little bit of extra points. So I'm holding down the Y button to speed things up. But that kind of makes it hard. Oh, why did they put one in the puddle? The puddle takes you out of the area, but you have to have full mushrooms to actually travel through time, I think. I think you have to actually have all 10 mushrooms in your inventory to progress. So it's almost impossible to really get any points from this. You get a little bit of points, but like it's better just to like play the actual game to get points. And not worry about missing out on like 1 or 2 points through this. There we go. That should take us to the right spot. Oh my god. That's cool. There's like a battle going on. Knights. The time of knights. Let's just... Do I go on each one of these? Friend, can you tell me what battle this is? Why, this is Orleans, mon ami. We are attempting to storm the fortification of Torres. I don't want to pronounce that. Who are you trying to take it from? We are striving to end the siege of Orleans by the English, of course. Looks like you have a tough battle ahead. Perhaps what we know victory will soon be ours. How could you know that? Why, we are led by the maid Joan, petite amie. With her leading us, we will not lose this fight. When we take Orleans, the Dauphin shall be crowned king, and the English driven away. You want to crown a dolphin king? Not a dolphin, the Dauphin. That's what we call it, the heir to the throne. When he is crowned, he will become Charles VII, our leader. The many sick Charles is led by Joan. She sounds impressive. Ah, she's like an avenging angel, monsieur. The sight of her leading the troops inspires the men greatly. Do you know where I can find her? I would tell you more, but with all the fighting, I am behind in my work. I need to fix the bit of the Duke of Alencons's horse, and I can't find it. Do you know where I can find her? That's the same thing it says. Offer shield. Oh, I don't want to give the shield to him. I didn't know what offer shield meant. I forgot I'm actually holding the shield of Joan of Arc. So let's check out if they're learning anything new here. Let's actually read it this time too. Okay, so the idea that a mere 17-year-old could inspire hardened soldiers to win battle after battle during France and England's 100 Years' War is amazing. That Joan of Arc was an illiterate 15th century farm girl makes it even more astounding. Driven to change our world by visions and voices of saints. Oh, it's a number. Wow. Joan led French troops against the English in an effort to expel them from her country. Armed with the sword of... I don't know what that is. And clad in custom-made armor, Joan led an army of... Oh, I don't know how many men there were in that army. Because that's one thing to keep an eye out for. Things that you don't know, and kind of keep an eye out for them as you go through looking for clues. So, visions and voices of saints. So that's a number. How many saints did she hear the voices of, allegedly? And then the other one is, what is her sword called? And the other one is, how much men were in her army, leading to a decisive victory, lifting the siege of the city of... that. On the next page, we've got a few more too. We've got 3 more in here. Allow the... Joan's soldiers routed the enemy repeatedly and eventually took back enough land to allow the... to become King of France. The king allowed the something to be crowned King blank of France in the Cathedral of Reims. For the Maid of Orleans could complete her task over, she fell into the hands of the English, tried and convicted of, I'm assuming, witchcraft. Joan, still true to her purpose, was martyred in 1431. Later declared over charges, Joan of Arc was made a saint by the Catholic Church in 1920. I mean, this is pretty, like, well-known historical story. They don't have witchcraft, they have wizard. I don't think that's it. It's probably like heresy or something like that. Yeah, that's basically like what it is. Like, she's a heretic, considered by the English at the time. Let's check this one. Excuse me, sir, you can command here. I may command their swords, but Joan commands their hearts. Does Joan really go into battle? Oui, she rides at the head of the troops. You should see the men rally around her standard. So she's a warrior, eh? She has never taken part in the actual clash of arms, yet she knows much about the art of war. She's a natural leader of men and fearless when facing the enemy. Does Joan wear armor like a knight? They made for her a special suit of armor much smaller than for a man, with no crest in it. And of course she carries the sword of Saint Catherine. Is that a special sword? Ah, oui, a small miracle that Joan told the priest where to find her at Saint Catherine de Fierbois. At a village she never visited, and find that they did. How did she know it was there? The voices told her. She says these things come to her through the voices of 3 saints. Just between you, me, and the tent flap, I believe her. She is very pious and filled with faith. Sounds like you like Joan a lot. I have grown quite fond of her like a sister. When I saw her struck by that arrow today, it pained me greatly. Yikes, you mean she was hit? Have no fear, mon ami. She was nearly knocked to the ground. She rose quickly and pulled out the shaft herself. The men took her away from the battle to heal. I must get this shield to her. Can you help? As the Duke of Alencon, a note signed by me would give you safe passage around the camp to look for her, but alas, I have no quill to write with. It's got there. So we got a few more things. This one is Catherine. Wait, what? What? Wait a minute. Oh, Saint Catherine. Okay, I was like, I was like, and then army of, I don't know how many men there was. This one is 3. Let's get out of there. Got a few more done. I don't know how many men are in an army at the moment. Pardon me, do you know what's going on? Foolish men are being led by witchcraft and heresy, I fear. What? It looks like a battle to me. This is merely a skirmish. The real battle is for who controls Charles. Charles the King? Not yet, but it looks like he soon will be, thanks to Joan. Each victory she wins brings Charles closer to being crowned King of France or Reims. So what is wrong with that? You must understand, Joan is doing what Charles' many advisors and knights cannot. Their power and influence is reduced with each victory she wins. They are very nervous. Well, what's that got to do with witchcraft? Why, that's obvious. Her claims of hearing the voices of saints is heresy, I tell you. Heresy! A mere shepherd girl of 17 could not lead 4,000 men into battle without help of magic. Maybe she's just an extraordinary girl, 17. Bah, a woman cannot lead men. What could you know of such things? Here, make yourself useful. Take this quill pen to the Duke of Alencon. I think that Joan is going to change her mind. Never. A woman has no place in the field of battle. Now be gone, impudent gnome. He called Mario a gnome. It's funny how he's like canonly like shorter than everybody. Okay, so this is 4,000. City of... I don't know yet. And over here we've got a couple... That's not it. That's where I meant to put it. Allow the... Dolphin. That's what they called it. So we've got most of it done. We just need to find what the decisive victory lifting the siege of the city was. They might have already said it by now, but we're gonna go in here and do this. I thought I had a quill for him. It said like you have a quill, but I guess it's not a real thing you can do. Duke of Alencon's horse. Kind of hard because you can't go back to see what you said. Oh, what's this? I'm assuming she's down this road. Let's just check what she says before you do anything. Sorry to disturb you, but what battle is this? Forgive me, I am still weak. During the battle, I lost my buckler and was struck by an arrow. Yeah, there. Okay, so, anything else I can go to over here? I don't think so. So now we're kind of at a pickle. It should be pretty obvious though if I look at this close enough. France and England. No, I'm trying to select it. There we go. One more thing to do. It's not that. That was the last one. Siege of the city of... Which one did they mention? I don't remember them mentioning Orleans? That's where we're at, so that should be that, right? Yeah, that's it, okay. That's what I was thinking. They didn't really mention it necessarily. They might have mentioned it, I might have skipped over it, but we've done them all now. So we've got everything completed in here. Now we can hustle over, try to get some points. You know, this felt like it was shorter than the other one, but I guess we got less points than the other one. Ah, you found my shield. Now I can lead the army once again. Orleans shall not see another day under my siege. I give you my thanks, mon ami Mario. How'd you guess my name? Let's just say it came to me in a vision, Mario. I wish they showed Mario on this little scene. Like, he doesn't have to be, like, playable, but it'd be nice if he was, like, a character on there. And we activate our time machine and go back. I think I'm not forgetting anything. The music's actually pretty nice in this game. Especially the, that title screen remix of, like, the, from Mario World. I think it's, like, the cave theme from Mario World, or underground theme, maybe. Sweet, so we did that. Now, that was actually a pretty fun one. I enjoyed that one with Joan of Arc. Let's go to this next one. and then we'll wrap up this video for now. I might actually have time to do 2 videos today, in terms of recording at least. So this one says Florence. Oh, Leonardo da Vinci. This is cool. 1505. Florence. 1505. No. You can actually do it like here. If you know it already, you can solve it here. But then you still have to go in there to turn it in, so it doesn't really matter. I forgot already. See, my problem is I'm good at history. I was a history major in college. History was my major with a focus on philosophy and religion. But my problem with history is not so much that I don't understand it or remember it or like know it, I mean, is my memory is like messed up where like I can't remember things all the time on the spot, but when they come to me, then I'm like, I know what I'm talking about if I'm like on a roll. Same thing I do with like my video game history stuff. Like once I start talking about like Super Nintendo, I'll remember little things here and there that are connected. But like with like same thing goes for like anything like Leonardo da Vinci stuff. Like I remember this stuff, I know it because it's all pretty basic history stuff in this game. But that's where it gets tricky for me at least. Is like someone's like, oh, if you're a history major, why don't you know this thing that I can't with randomly? I'm like, I don't know, because it's not exactly what I studied, and also I'm not like a walking textbook, except for when the certain moment comes up, then I'll remember it. Like even with video games, people will be like, what's this thing about this? And I'll be like, I don't know. But then I'll like some random thing from Pokemon from like 20 years ago, because I don't really play Pokemon, but something from Pokemon will come around and I'll be like, oh, this is how you get MAONO from Pokemon. If you want to glitch the game and get your Pokemon box glitched out, you can get MAONO. And I know exactly how to do that, but I don't know anything else about the game really. I mean, I do know more about Pokemon, but that's just one of the examples. It's like, yeah, I know these like specific things. Once they get connected, I start remembering more of it. Like with the Joan of Arc thing, I kind of remember more of that. Because I did a lot of medieval stuff in college for history. There was a long time in the medieval. It was basically like all of Western Civ, but there was like the Joan of Arc type stuff going on too. It wasn't just Western Civ that covered that history, but like there was like English history and stuff like that. Okay, Florence, that's what we're looking for. Come on, dude. 1505 Florence. Do you actually go to BC on this game? I guess you do. Because like, why would it have that? Okay. No! No! Sorry, I get a little angry there. I'm not angry. You just go right back, so. I didn't mean to press A. What I'm trying to do is slide this thing over. Is it left? Because left brings you up. Up is down is slide. Okay. I find Florence. Florence. Focus, Kevin. Focus. Oh, there it is. And then we go 1505. I've got the thing in my inventory just to making sure. Here we go. Let's go find Leonardo da Vinci. I don't know the song well enough to hum along to it. Yes. It's cool if there's like an original song though. I remember this from the okay, so when I was a kid, I mentioned this in the last video. When I was a kid, I had this game, but I had the PC version. This is my first time playing the Super Nintendo version. I think the story is the same. The clues and all that are all the same, or at least very similar. The graphics are a little different. I feel like some surfing part was different too, but I don't know exactly how. Where is it? Oh, we're trying to find the whirlpools, but they gotta be close to me. But yeah, I feel like this was a little different in the PC version. I don't know why or how, off of memory, but I just remember it being a little different. All right. Hi, what is this place? This is the old workshop of Vixia, the master artist. One day I hope to be a master like he was, but right now I'm just an apprentice. What's an apprentice do? I work for free in the master's shop and learn the skills of an artist. It's a great opportunity for a young man. Leonardo da Vinci was an apprentice here. Look how far he's gone. Maybe you can help me have this book. I'm sorry, but I'm very busy. The master wants me to deliver this bucket of plaster to Michelangelo. Or Michelangelo. If you would take it from me, I'd have more time to talk. Grazie. Why does Michelangelo need plaster? I hear he's going to paint a fresco on a chapel ceiling, just as Leonardo painted The Last Supper on a chapel wall. The old fresco painter next door knows all about it. Do you know who owns this notebook? Let's see, the writing looks all backward. I'll bet whoever wrote this wanted to keep it a secret. I need a mirror to read it. Let's look at our journal. Florence, 1505, one of the most versatile geniuses in history. Leonardo da Vinci took his name from the village of... Ooh. The village. It's probably that, but I don't know. He was born on April 15th. Ooh, I don't know. So that's a year. He lived during a period of artistic and intellectual reawakening called the Renaissance, which is also where Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Raphael, and Donatello were all Ninja Turtles, but they're also named after Renaissance painters, which followed the year, or painters and more than that, which followed the 1,000-year slumber known as the Middle Ages. A talented child, Leonardo apprenticed a painter and later worked in Milan and Rome. Well, it said he was here, so it's got to be Florence, right? Because it's the guy that I talked to was like, oh, this is the same place where Leonardo da Vinci was apprenticed as a painter. He was employed by a series of wealthy... I'm not going to that yet. Leonardo was also a sculptor, blank, engineer, musician, scientist, and inventor. A perfect example of a Renaissance man. Can you do Renaissance twice? Isn't that what it's called, Renaissance man? But like, they wouldn't have you do it twice, would they? That's gonna be tricky there. Maybe there's another term for it. The famous notebooks used reverse handwriting. I know some of this stuff, but... Or reflected? Is that what it is? No. I am... Backward handwriting, okay. But you use a reflection to see it, so I was like, what? And it's not reverse. Okay, I got that wrong, but we also got it right. For security purposes, and we're full of ideas that would not be realized for almost 500 years. The sketches include hang gliders, helicopters, parachutes, tanks, machine guns, submarines, and diving gear. Ahead of his time. Leonardo's painting of The Last Supper and his portrait of... They don't have painting on here. I don't know what it would be. And his portrait of blank, also known as La Gioconda, will rank him on the most famous pictures ever painted. Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have to learn about this a little more. Let's go to the next guy. Oh, that's him. That's Leonardo da Vinci himself. No, not now. My book of notes has vanished and I can't concentrate on my painting of Lady Gioconda. Hi, I'm trying to return this notebook. Come in, little man. I marvel at the works of Michelangelo. I am the greatest sculptor of the Renaissance. If I do say so myself, and I do. What's the Renaissance? The last 1,000 years of Europe been artistically and intellectually asleep. Now our civilization is having a rebirth, a renaissance. So who's the greatest artist around? You dare ask? There are none to compare with me, that is, well, except maybe Leonardo. But he wastes his time with invention, science, and engineering. Really? Leonardo sounds impressive. But he's so preoccupied that he creates few works of art. For those few, enough of them. I created La Pieta. I created the giant David for Florence. And now I need to test a new type of fresco. I'd like to know some more. No, go away. I need to find some plaster. Okay. Thanks. What? There's someone over here? Say, who's over in that art studio? Which one? Leonardo da Vinci's or Michelangelo Buonarroti's? They are both here in Florence working on, among other things, a pair of paintings during the war with the city of Pisa. He studied here in Florence as a boy, but that what Florence... Okay, so Florence user studied as a boy. He was born in the little village of Vinci. That's where he gets his name, Leonardo from Vinci, you see. But everyone just calls him Leonardo. What about Michelangelo? He is the greatest sculptor of the age and only 30 years old. It's just a bambino compared to Leonardo. In fact, Leonardo will turn 53 next week, April 15th. Maybe he'd like this book for his birthday. Let's see it. There are fine drawings, but I can't read the notes. Very strange. I believe it's all written backwards. But I am just an old fresco painter and my eyes aren't so good anymore. Fresco? What's a fresco? Frescoes? Ah, the most beautiful art. They are created by painting on wet plaster. When it dries, the painting becomes part of what it was painted on. Leonardo experienced with them frequently. What are Leonardo's frescoes like? His most famous is his Last Supper in Milan. It's one of the greatest paintings of all time. Che Bella. Too bad, really. What's too bad? It's a tragedy. Such a beautiful painting. No, it's flaking off the wall. That new plaster he was testing failed. Well, that's Leonardo for you, always experimenting. What else does he do? What doesn't he do? He's a musician, architect. Don't tell Michelangelo, he's a sculptor too. I'd always love to hear about Leonardo's new ideas. Have you seen any? Let's try this. I don't know what that is. Leonardo's fresco of the Last Supper and his portrait of... to my Mona Lisa. A sculptor. So they have musician, scientist, inventor, engineer. Would architect be the right one? Let's see what else there is. There's a lot. There's a lot of things to choose from. I'm thinking it's... Okay, I'm thinking it's the one that I set at the top. Architect. Okay. I don't think it's... Would they have Renaissance Man there twice? Because I have Renaissance already. What else do I need to do on this page? Oh, I have... Oh, that was a lot. Village of... Oh... I don't know his birthday. I don't know how to look it up again. It said he's turning like 51, I think. So it'd be like 1404, I think? No. It would be 14 something. There's a lot of 14s, so I don't know which one it could be. This one is Vinci. I just don't know because I might have to look this up because I don't think you can see the things again. But I don't know what year it was when he was born. I see. I was looking at it. And I was like, okay, it's got to be the date, like April 15th, and I remembered that, but I don't remember the time or like the actual year. I think he said it was like 50 years before this, so that'd be 1402. I think it's 1452. I could be wrong. It might be 1455. Those are my two. I know it's one of these 14s though. This page we got maybe Renaissance on there twice. I don't know. He was employed by a series of wealthy patrons. Oops, I'm gonna exit that. What could it be? It's other patron or philosophers. Okay, where's that? Yeah, I gotta figure out the day. Oops. The day that he was born, and the year that he was born. That's him, so I don't need that. Nothing else here. Yeah, I wish you could like re-go through what these conversations are. Okay, I'm gonna look it up because I don't know. I mean, it just, if it let you read it again, I could do it. You really gotta remember things, which is the challenge in the game. So let's pull this up. Leonardo da Vinci. This is like a super basic thing, so I don't really feel like I'm cheating too much. And I have an idea of what it might be. 1452, that's what I thought it was. I didn't want to click on it and get it wrong. And then, I don't know what happens if you get it wrong, you probably get kicked out. Yeah, I thought it was 52. I knew it was between 52 and 55. So that's right. And then the other one would be... Alright, I'm pretty sure it's this Renaissance Man because that's like what the title is. I know it has to have a capital on it, so... I don't know why Renaissance is on here twice. But it is. So we got it all right. Okay. So the only one I didn't know was like, I actually did know it. I was pretty much right. So I don't feel too bad about cheating a little bit. But yeah, another one I guessed on. It wasn't on there at all. I just kind of guessed. It's Renaissance. It's weird they use it twice, but it makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. The Renaissance Man, or Renaissance Men, which the Ninja Turtles are named after. Excuse me, I'm lost. Do you have a minute? Or, Mr. Da Vinci, I found your notebooks. Oh, grazie, Mario. Now I can finish this portrait of Mona Lisa. I should have known I could count on a fellow Italian. Call me Leo. No offense, but shouldn't Mona Lisa be smiling? She is smiling. See, a subtle, enigmatic smile. People will wonder what the smile means for centuries, and that is exactly what I want them to do, Mario. To behold my work and wonder. Okay, so that turns it in. Now we are done. That one was pretty good. I still like the Joan of Arc one a little more. This one was pretty good too. A little tricky at some parts, but we did pretty good. Oh yeah, exit that. Now we're back at the Koopa Castle, Bowser's Castle. Got 3 in here. We got 2 more to do, which we'll do on the next video on Hybrid Games is Super Mario Super Nintendo Educational Games series. And then keep in mind, we did 3 of the early years one. We did 1 video on this before. We're going to try to finish at least these next 2 time periods in the next video. Then we'll move on to Mario's Missing. Then we'll do Mario Paint. And then we'll do the review video at the end. So I hope you enjoyed watching this so far. Leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe today for more classic gaming goodness. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Bye!